Alright, this video is going to be a lesson on how to close out your options if you want to close out some options and not necessarily lose as much money as possible if you're closing before you got a profit. So basically what I'm doing is I'm closing out my AMC options that are for 3 and 4 weeks out, and I only want 1 and 2 week options. So you'll see that it says the bid, the 6, the mid 6, and the ask 7. Well, when I first came here, the bid was 7. And then I started to sell some contracts, and they keep lowering it. So I'm going to show you how, instead of, like, I could lower it to 6, and I could take 3180 for probably most of the contracts, but I want my 36. I don't want 31, I want 36. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this 10. When the bid says 7 again, I'm going to change it back, and then it's going to take a little bit of my contracts. And if I do that every 5 minutes, I'll get all my full 3680, or 3680 instead of the 3100. So it's just kind of a way to see how they're always scamming you. If you play the options games and you go in and out, they're always, every time you sell, they kind of force the price down. And so if you do a market order, I'm sure you get forced down real bad. So you'll see right there on the left hand side where the B is, it says 6 cents, the ask says 8 cents. So we'll come back here later and it'll say 7 and 8, and then that's when we'll put in the order again. Yeah, that's about it. So basically, if we look at these right here, the MIK down at the bottom right started out with a ton of volume today, but then like the last hour has had like no volume. And so I bet like the puts for $20 was basically free, basically saying that there's no way this price could go down, and the volume just totally died off. So I bet the like $1,000 for like 100 contracts on strike $20 that MIK was going to crash. UWMC, I got like 10 grand on this guy right now. 5 halfway through, like, so 5 at like a 50%, and then another 5K at like 200% out of the money. And I don't know, it's got a lot of rocket vibes to me. If you look at the 52-week range, the lowest the price has ever been is $7.24, and right now we're at $10, so it's basically the same. But the high's never really been that high. So Rocket Mortgage had a higher high, and so maybe that means this has a bigger pop. Maybe it means it has a smaller pop. I really don't know. I just feel like last time, if I would have got on Rocket Mortgage with that amount of money, with the same amount of money I got now, and I would have held throughout, I probably would have made a couple $100,000. So if it happens again, I want to see it again. Oh, and if we look at the volume just through the roof. Like, they're crushing the volume today. I mean, they're used to 10 million a day, and right now they're at 81. So they're talking about it on TV like they were Rocket. It had a huge spike to 30% today, and then came back down to lost 20%. So I feel like that rally might come back, and that's why I'm in it. I really don't think it can lose too much at this point. And if like the options that are available on it are for like 2 weeks out, and so like they're monthly options instead of weekly options, so I can always get out in tomorrow or whenever I want and still get most of my money back. Let's see here. Tesla, I have a couple puts that I bought a while ago saying Tesla's going to go to 0. The market's definitely being propped up right now. Bitcoin, I got, basically this is my bet against Bitcoin, because whatever Bitcoin does, this basically mirrors, and I expect it to crash. Rocket, I got a giant put on this. I bet that is going to come down to $20. So right now my put's still worth nothing. But if it goes down to $20, that put's going to be worth probably 300 grand. So fingers crossed on that one. But I already made 35 grand off it going up yesterday. So that was cool. Then I got AMC. Obviously, I got all my 1 and 2 week options. So I got thousands of contracts for options for the next 2 weeks. So not this Friday, but the next Friday expiring. And then same for GME, except, I mean, maybe hundreds, almost thousands. Like I probably got 1 or 2,000 maybe. And that's where I'm at right now. The rest of these little watchers I don't use anymore. So let's go ahead and edit. Done with you, done with you, done with you, done with you, you. Let's delete. Now we should have 7. 1, yep, perfect. Those are my 7 plays right there. And then also, if you look at the top right, I've got a put on the S&P 500 as well, going down to like 190, so, or 1900 for the S&P, for the SPX. That's my portfolio right now, and I got to pull out a little bit of money so I can send some out to my sister and brother. And that's what I'm doing with this order fill thing. And so you'll see the bid is back to 7 cents. So I can go back to my $3,600 number. I can preview order. I can send order. And boom, some of them are partially filled. And so I got 10 of them done there. So now I can come back and I can modify back to 10. Send order. And then I'll eventually come back to 7 and I'll do it again. Like, they're not going to steal my money like that. Little lame asses. Alrighty, so yeah, it looks like my account's really low, but I mean, in reality, I got $500,000 of options right now, and it just looks really low because all my options basically are worth nothing. And that's because I bought super deep out of the money, super early to expiration, and so they lose their value super fast. But if they do hit, I make more than anybody. So let's see what happens. But again, the main point of this video was to show you how I'm getting in and out of this AMC situation, where if you do want to sell your a bunch of options, there's a way you can do it without letting them drag that price down, because that's definitely just that's robbery right there. If they're going to just put the price back to normal every 5 minutes, that's highway robbery to hit you when you actually want to buy it or sell it. So if you start buying it a lot, they're going to increase the price on you. If you start selling a lot, they're going to decrease the price on you. And I mean, I get why it does that, but it shouldn't be so millisecond concentrated. There should be a lag behind it or something. Probably knows I'm looking at it right now, and so it's not going to do it. But I just wanted to see how long it takes to reset itself every time. And boom, it just went to 7. Partial fill. Ooh, it's getting smaller and smaller every time. These hedgies are little scam artists. Well, there you go. I just showed you something you could learn from.